Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. This is Dr. Diane Sanchez, and I am going to be your professor for Human Resources Management MGT 6177. So, I want to introduce myself and really walk through a little bit about the syllabus and my expectations for the course. This will really help you to understand what I expect as your professor and how you can meet the deadlines and schedules. So, one thing I notice that some of the students don't do is really read the syllabus so that they understand what is expected. And there is an assignments document that I have put in the documents to review that is critical for the dates and the expectations. So let's go over the grading. First of all, you're going to get 4 assignments. Each assignment is 15 points. Now, each assignment has about 4 to 6 questions with page minimums of 1 to 2, maybe 3 in some of them. So it's important that you really clearly write answers to the questions, you meet the page requirements or page minimums, and you use APA formatting. Now, I have put in some of your document folders an APA sample document. And I think that will provide you all a great resource for you to properly do APA. So those 4 assignments equal 60% of your grade. The other thing that you need to kind of be aware of is that the deadline for every assignment is 11:30 Central Time. So that is Texas time, Central Time. And if you are late, you are then penalized 10%. And 10% then goes for 2 days late. Then it's 5% for every day thereafter to a max of 25%. So if you turn in an assignment after the 5th day, it is an automatic 0. So that's a big portion of your grade, and I just want to make sure you look at the assignments document and understand the deadline date. The book, of course, we're using is Mathis, Jackson, and Valentine. It's terrific. I have done some webinars that you can review, just like this webcast, that gives you an overview of each chapter before you really dive into reading it, because I go over the PowerPoints. Some of the PowerPoints were too big to upload into Moodle. So I have done webcasts so that you can get the benefit of the PowerPoints. Okay, 25% of your grade is the 2 quizzes or tests. And the first test is chapter 1 through 9. It's 100 multiple choice questions, a point each, and that would equal 12.5% of that 25%. So it's chapters 1 through 9. You have an open book test. You will have 24 hours to complete it. And if that's late as well, unfortunately, if it's late, you get an automatic 0. So there's no penalty for being late. It's just an automatic 0. So be cautious about that when you're planning your schedule. And then the final is chapters 9 through 16. Again, 100 questions, multiple choice, open book test, and 24 hours a turnaround for you to get the test, to complete the test. So that's 25% of your grade. The other 15% of the grade, you will note that it is your discussion posts, and that is important to note because you get 2.5 points for every discussion post that you do, and that adds up to the 15. So you have 6 discussion posts, each of them 2.5 points. The original post that you do needs to be done on the date it's due, and that's 1.5 out of the 2.5. And then a substantive response to 2 other students or 2 other postings, and that gives you 1 point. So that's how you get the 2 points. 1.5 is your original post, and 1.0 is your response to 2 other postings. Now, those responses to the 2 other postings can be done within the 5 days from the deadline. So if you go past those 5 days, you don't get credit. So also on the posts, you need to read in the syllabus the substantiveness. I am looking for 75 to 100 words on a post, and every post should have a reference. So now, of course, your response to other students or other postings does not have to have a reference, but your original post really needs to be something that you've researched a little bit about, because I've talked about some of the topics, and you'll see it on the assignment study document, what kinds of things you need to post on. So I think that assignment document page is really important. If you print it out and put those dates on your schedule, I think that will be helpful for you. Now, the study guide gives you the rubrics for and some guidelines on APA, and it gives you just a good sense of how the papers should be and all of that. I think it's just a real good guide for you. And so if you read the syllabus, you read the assignment document, and you read the study guide, I think you'd be really in good shape. Put your dates on your calendar, and so you're able to be prepared for the session. So I am looking forward to interacting with all of you on Moodle. We're going to learn together the Moodle. Those of you who have had the Moodle, you'll have to be, or you've worked on it, you'll have to be patient. This is new for all of us here at Amberton, so we're learning as we're going. Now, the last thing I want to state is, if you need to contact me, please email me. Don't put your questions out on the discussion boards. You know, I really want you to email me if you've got a question, because I answer emails more quickly than I do the discussion forums. So I try to check my email every day or twice a day to get back to you as quickly as possible. So again, welcome to the class. I'm looking forward to getting to know all of you. I love human resources, and I hope you, by the end of the session, do as well. Thank you, and I look forward to working with all of you this session.